Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the Military Real Estate Rookie Show. I'm your host, Rena. This show is about empowering men and women of the military to grow their wealth through passive income using real estate. I am on the journey of building wealth using real estate, and I want to take you with me. My focus will be through interviews and lesson learns and tips and different ways of investing while having fun and being in the military. The quote of the day is, if it was easy, everybody would do it. I want to make sure that you guys get all the information you need, break it down, make sure that you, A to Z, learn how to invest in real estate. I'm your host, Rena. Until then, let's get the mission done and let's take this journey together.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Military Real Estate Rookie Show. I'm your host, Rena. Today's topic is buying your childhood home. So as you know that I bought my childhood home and it's going to take a lot of work, right? So as I was browsing the internet, I ran across this article. I thought that would be very interesting to my audience. And I want to just go over a few things that may or may not connect to what's really going on. But the first thing that popped up was, be aware that the neighborhood might be different, right? So I understand that the neighborhood will be different. I know it's going to be different because I went through there. I left there many years ago. So I know the neighborhood would be different, but there are some things that I remember that not different. So the article say, when your parents bought the house, it was newer neighborhood full of families with your young kids. But over the years, those families turned into empty nesters and retirees. Your best friend doesn't live next door to anymore, either unless she moved with you or something else or out of state. But that just means that there's an opportunity to make new friends. So there are plenty of neighbors who can tell your family what an adorable child you were when you were growing up. So let's stop there. Number one is my childhood best friend still lives in the neighborhood, right? So that is a increase and it brings more valuable to me because she is still there in that same house across the street from me. So the neighborhood might be different. Yeah, it might be different a little bit with just a couple of abandoned houses on that main street. But at the end of the day, there's still people there that has been in my life since I was a child. Number two is the old owners might have made renovations. So I talked about the process that I went through as far as, getting the actual property and calling the sellers that bought the house with a tax bill. So they did not do any renovations. They had that house sit there just continuously. They paid the taxes, but they just didn't do any renovation. So that was a blessing to me because they did not start working on the house. I believe if they had started working on the house, I probably would have never got the house. So that is a blessing to me. So it says here, unless you're buying the home from your parents, chances are the owners have made some changes. The pink bathroom is now a chic collection of stone and earth tones that might be a good thing. The place where you mark your height every year and paint it over. And the backyard now sports a screen-in porch. You wouldn't have bought any other house if it was outdated, and now you're more concerned with documenting your children's growth than you're reminiscing over your own. So again, they did not renovate this house yet, which a very good blessing to me. Because I think if they had put money in it, I probably wouldn't have stand a chance of getting it. But they just let the house sit and they paid the taxes. Number three is things are a lot smaller than you remember. This is a big one. If you move before you were fully grown, that giant hill you and your brother used to skateboard down, yeah, that's really just a slight incline. You hardly notice is now when you're walking the dog around the neighborhood. The upside is when your kids start talking about the big hill, the giant field, or the forest, you know exactly what they're talking about. Now, again, our house was not that big, but it was big to me when I was living in it. And it was newly painted yellow and a trim black and a big red porch. To me, it was a big house. But looking at it now, it's a very small house. But I'm very grateful to have that house because as a child, that brought memories to me. So, in a way, they're right. Things are a lot smaller than you remember. And the next step is you'll be sleeping in the master bedroom. Now, I don't know about sleeping in the master bedroom because I am not going to live there. I am going to either Airbnb it or just do long-term renters. So that is not an option for me. So the article say try to keep the giggling to a minimum. You're not doing anything wrong by sneaking to mom and dad's room. You're the mom and dad now, so get started making the room your own. And yes, that is true. I do remember my mom and dad sleeping in a bedroom that we're going to renovate, but I am not going to live there. The next one is your spouse might not have the same warm and fuzzies about the house. Now, that's true because he has not lived in that house. He has no childhood memories of that house. So how could he have any emotional connection to the house? Now, on the other end of that, he may feel emotion because I ain't feeling emotion and he knows how much it meant to me. So this article said you can't stand the idea of chopping down the oak tree in the backyard that you and your sister used to climb every day after school. Your dad built you a screen on the branch right there. He built a swing. And that's where you were sitting when you had your first kiss from the boy next door. Supposedly, your spouse doesn't have the same attachment to that tree. To him, the tree looked like a half dead and is more of a safety concern than a prized possession. Be ready to have some give and take about what stays the same and what changes in the house. Remember, it's not just about reliving your childhood, it's about new memories. I agree with this because it is about building new memories. You don't want to revisit your childhood to the depth that, you've got, playpens and things of that nature in the house. You're elevating this house to bring more memories to new families. So I do agree about that. And the next one is you might be tempted to spend more than you should. Now, this is a big one because I do get overly excited about, I want to make sure it's nice because it is my childhood home, but I am not living in it. It is not my primary home. So I would put nice things in there, but I will try not to put over the top items in there because it's just not worth it. It's going to be a rental property or an Airbnb. So the article states, is the house slightly out of price range? Treat like any other purchase, letting your real estate agent negotiate for the fairest price and staying with you where you can afford. And if you're buying it from the parents, don't let yourself personally get over your head. A lot of people overspend when they're feeling strong emotions, but overspending on a house is a decision you have to live with for a long time. And just like I said, this house is paid in full, so I don't have to worry about that. And as I go, I am going to probably go on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace to get most of the items and maybe Amazon to get like the mattresses and things of that nature. But it would not be over the top. I will make sure that I will not make this property over the top. And the next one will be, will you have the place to yourself? And this doesn't apply to us because, again, this is not our primary home. This is going to be a rental property. We're going to try to make it a duplex. It's a single family home, but we are going to, and it was a single family home, but we're going to try to make it a duplex. But the thing is that it's not going to be over the top. Now, the article states your siblings may feel like you should have some type of attachment and make it very nice. Will they be upset if you take too many changes to their childhood home? Will they expect you to host and pay for every holiday, just like mom and dad? Will they try to come over for a few nights a week, do laundry, hog the remote, eat all your snacks, make sure that you're good at setting boundaries and comfort without them? Returning to the family home can be wonderful, but remember that you won't have Uncle Jesse to help out, or you might not even want him there. Before you decide to make moves, consider all the options, and if it seems right, go for it. And remember that you can have all the parties you want and stay up late as you want because it's your place now. And I agree with this. A lot of times when you bought your childhood home and your siblings, I have 5 siblings, and it's not their home anymore. It's my home now. It's totally different now. So they're not going to just come over and, just prop up or sit down and eat or go in the kitchen. It is going to be a business now. So I've already had that conversation with them and they know that, but this is going to be a very different type of, situation. So they have to understand that. You have to explain that. You have to make sure you understand that and they understand it, that it's not just mom and dad property anymore. It's actually yours, and they have to ask permission to be in the property. So I hope this article and my personal experience help you guys. If you are in the market of buying your childhood home, if you have any questions or any comments, you can reach me at my Instagram at Rena Barron Real Estate. And please, let's keep this show going because this is an eye-opener for military veterans, military active duty, just military in general, to keep the information going. So write a review, and if you have any other topics that you want me to express with, just let me know. Just hit me up on Instagram, Rena Barry Real Estate, and write reviews. And thank you all for just listening and downloading. You didn't have to do that, but I appreciate this. This is a work in progress, and I appreciate everything that you guys do. And let's continue to educate and motivate and build wealth. Thank you. I'm out.